So with the first Rangers player, I figure, and a lot of you pizza fans know this, when the Rangers score 7, you get a free large pizza, or you get 50% off at Papa John's. So I figure, no, this isn't going to be a pizza related, but I figured do a Rangers 7 questions. So Mr. Wes, let's go ahead. So I'll just ask you this. This is really random. 7 questions, random.
Fire away.
I'm gonna ask this to every single Rangers player I could get. So
the more random, the better. Let's do it.
So, Wes, question number 1. What is a surprising song on your playlist?
Ooh, surprise. Hang on. Can I look at my phone? Is this cheating?
No, it's not.
I'm gonna search. So as much as everyone loves country, especially in Texas and stuff like that, most of my playlists and stuff involve some sort of pump up type workout music. So just because my phone's littered with like EDM type music doesn't mean I listen to that on the regular. So I apologize in advance if I say something kind of interesting. I think I had a Taylor Swift song on, if that's the
Which
most
one?
random. I believe it was Cardigan. Yeah. Taylor Swift, Cardigan. There you go. Or Sunday Best by Surfaces. That's another one too. You guys can look that one up. That's a fun one to just kind of.
People are gonna roast me for this, but I don't recall that Taylor Swift song. I have a couple on there. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I just on have every radio station here, so I've heard it so many times. I figured, all right, I'll get it. Fine.
I've been working from home since April, so any radio listening has pretty much gone out the door.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's my excuse.
Save on gas.
It is. I think what is it like after I would get it like once a week, and then all of a sudden I would be just going to like groceries and stuff, and then it's like 3 weeks later I haven't gotten gas, and then
that's
the prices
awesome.
were it just was a breath of fresh air of just not having to fill it up. And I know the prices in the Illinois area, especially in the Chicago Cook County areas, are absolutely ridiculous.
It gets pretty rough the closer you get to the city, for sure.
That's something from that's actually one of the things that popped up in like when you remember as a kid when you would travel all the time. And so like one of the things would be like, why are gas prices so expensive here? But then you go outside the city. And
you take 2 blocks across the street and they're 10 cents cheaper for some reason. Yeah, it's all.
Oh my gosh, like I forgot what county is next to Cook, but like there's this one gas station that's like right on the outskirts that's like 10 cents cheaper, and you would have lines of people waiting to get gas.
Nuts. There are apps for it. They have apps on their phone now where you can see which gas station's cheaper based on how far away you are from it. People are smart, man. They know what to do.
20 to 25 minutes to figure out which gas station I'm going to.
Oh man, I got to remember what it's like in Texas here shortly. That'd be great.
I think it's like under 2 last time I checked.
Okay.
So
gotcha. That's pretty decent if you ask me.
Oh yeah. It's I know people would say, oh, it's a little high. Well, no, go north and
you go to California, if it's under 4, it's a good day.
Question 2. What is a TV show that you watched that people wouldn't think you would?
Ooh.
I got a whole bunch, but
same here. I'm trying to pick which one I think would be best. So I won't say it's my wife's fault because I kind of got into the drama. Vanderpump Rules. Have you seen that before?
I have not.
So she would put that on, and finally I got to the point where I'd just be sitting on the couch and going, oh, this person's a jerk. Like I had been watching it my whole life too. But I finally got into that, and I think MTV's The Challenge. I love that show. I'm watching the new season this year.
I have not watched it in the last 3 or 4 years, so I don't know any of the new cast. I pretty much stopped watching when they brought in all of these like new people, and I kind of stopped at like I think between 2008 to like 2014 is when I was like that 6-year span is when like I was hooked on it.
Yeah.
So like absolutely. I go from like the original, I think the first one I ever watched, I don't know if you remember this, The Duel one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, there's a guy named Wes on it, so I gotta watch it. He's my favorite guy. I hope he wins every time.
So does that mean you're gonna shave your head and color it red?
Yeah, I don't know if I can pull that off. I think that's more his style, but we'll see what happens.
I'll tell you what. If you throw an 8-inning shutout.
I have to do that?
Yes.
All right. And only 8 innings though. If I go CG, I'm free. If I only go 8 shutouts. No,
because you may influence Doug Mathis and Chris Woodward into being okay. So 8 or later. Because you may be like, and I better not, if it does happen and I'm watching it, I better not see in like the 7th inning. I will
buzz my head and I will dye it red for you. That's a deal. You heard it here first. Awesome.
So we'll do this prior and after and during pandemic, but grocery shopping. Do you do delivery, pickup, or in-store? And if it's changed with the pandemic?
So in Texas, when I was down there and the virus was kind of new, I was as cautious as possible because the last thing I wanted to do is get anybody sick on our team. So I used Amazon to just ship it to my door. And I thought that was awesome. That's the first time I've ever done that. And it was so cool to just be able to like have a knock on my door and have all my groceries in like a little like silver container there. I was like, this is sweet. But normally I go in here, there's not too many people around where I live going to the store at any point in time. So I usually just go into, we have a place called Jewel Osco for anyone who knows Illinois. That's where I go and I shop for my groceries.
I would say, is Kroger there? Because I was going to say it's like the Chicago version.
It's similar, similar to Kroger.
Yeah. So for those that don't know,
it's like Osco. It's not quite a Buc-ee's, but
no, it's not a Buc-ee's. It's very generic. I haven't been in Jewel in a long time, but from when I remember it, you got Jewel, you've got Dominic's.
There's a couple on. It's like Fry's. Do you have a Fry's there? I don't know.
Yes.
That's like Arizona. There's Fry's and stuff. Yeah, it's basically like that.
But one thing is, I will go to the grocery store, and everybody knows this on there. I will go to the grocery store at 6 a.m. when I go in person.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is there like special deals or something that I don't know about?
There's just not. Well, there's not that many people there. First off, and second off, you have people that are stocking, so they're there before 6 stocking shelves.
Gotcha. I don't think I've ever looked up what time grocery stores open because I'm probably asleep. Yeah.
Like if I get there 5:55, I have to wait my car.
Knocking on the door, like, "Hey, can I come in? I need to get my groceries. Let's go."
The sliding doors aren't active. They don't have any cash register. You have to use the self checkout at that time.
There you go. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the self checkout. Less human contact there, the better. You don't need to be running into people at the grocery store.
Any way you can prevent it, and you never know with like delivery and pickup, people are and some of your items aren't available. So if you have to substitute, do your own, because I'm real picky. So do your own substitute.
You big.
Do they have a specific? No, I'm sorry. What?
I said you only eat organic stuff, or what's the deal?
No. I am just a picky eater.
I gotcha. I understand. I'm the same way.
I used to, as a kid, not have cheese on my pizza.
Really?
Yep. So
then I do have to ask, since you did bring up pizza earlier, what's your pizza topping of choice? What do you normally go for?
Mostly pepperoni. It depends on the place.
Okay.
So most of the time it's pepperoni. If anybody has ever eaten at Papa Murphy's, I will have black olives, not pepperoni, because I don't like the way they do that. So I like the black olive. When my mom makes it, I don't usually eat Italian sausage, but if she gives me leftover Italian sausage pizza, I'll eat that.
There you go. So I'm a big fan of that too.
Mom's homemade, but pepperoni is
I can't handle olives though. That's a no for me. olives, and I heard Brett Martin the other day on the other podcast they were doing say green olives, and I was like, I look at you.
I've never had that before, but I'm curious. I would like to try one piece, but it sounds like it'd be real salty.
So I got to know too. So I actually love Hawaiian pizza. Do you consider that pizza, or am I immediately on like the hit list of?
No,
okay,
I mean, please, I.
There are some aficionados who are like, if you think Hawaiian pizza is
people who actually
thing, like, don't talk to me. But
yeah,
I love it. I think it's great. I'm a big fan.
You can eat whatever you want. I mean, I have my share of really stupid food opinions. Everybody knows
well, I'm a big
wings.
So I'm a big barbecue chicken pizza guy. If I see that on the menu somewhere, I'll probably get that first if I've never been to that place or whatever. So I'm a big fan. But yeah, I don't know why I love barbecue so much, but I'm all in.
Barbecue in general?
Barbecue in general and also that, yeah. Barbecue pizza.
Are you looking forward to opening weekends in Kansas City?
So my uncle is a barbecue pitmaster, and he wants to probably produce a spread for everybody there. So that'd be kind of fun if I crack an opening day roster and get to see him up there. That'd be a lot of fun. Absolutely.
Hint, right here.
Yeah. Hey, if you guys, I'll talk to the Rangers front office. Hey, if you guys want barbecue, you should probably put me in. Let's see how that goes over well. Oh my gosh, bribery.
This is a straightforward question. Sleep with socks or no?
Yes. In Chicago, if you don't, you're not going to fall asleep because your feet will be too cold. So sleep with socks on.
See, even when I visit, I don't do that. Like it just can't.
So I know a lot of people who don't, and it's interesting. My wife doesn't, and I feel like I have icicles on my legs half the time when I like during the middle of the night. So I don't know how. I've heard scientifically, if you have warmer feet, you will fall asleep faster. So I've always took that to heart, and I've kept socks on ever since. But if you want to listen to scientists and all that stuff, I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, no. I mean, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. There's your science.
Yeah, exactly. To each their own. Yes, absolutely.
What was your go-to video game growing up?
Ooh, go-to video game.
What was
I
your
was a
console?
big Tony Hawk guy. Tony Hawk games were awesome. I think Tony Hawk Underground was like the first game I actually remember feeling like riveted by. But other than that, like any sports game, like I was a big NFL Street guy too. Those were a lot of fun. I rocked the old PS2 back in the day, and I rode that out for a while, and I finally got an Xbox One probably like a couple years ago. Like, so I'm still holding it down with those. I still think that PS5s are fake. That no one actually has them. They just get the boxes.
They just say that they're all sold out.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I totally got them. And they just like printed it out and put it in a box or something. I still don't think those are possible to get. If you have them, more power to you. But those are going to be about as tough to find as a vaccine right now. You're trying to get.
Doesn't, and maybe I misunderstood, but doesn't Jose have one?
If he does, he hasn't told me. He hasn't been sharing this information with me. He might have access to it. He's probably trying to keep it on the down low. So
if I know Trevi, he has access.
He probably does. He has a lot of connections in the Dallas area. I wouldn't be surprised.
It's like one of those transactions that you take in like the trunk of your car with like people have their masks on. It's like you're trying to do one of those.
You shake your hand and then you're like, something just went down there.
At like a gas station.
That's Jose. That's the epitome of Jose right there.
If I get a chance, I'll ask Jose. Not about that, but about owning a PS5.
There you go. Perfect.
And it's just riveting when you said back in the day of PS2. God, I feel so old.
Oh, well, yeah. Obviously I don't think we're that old, but I mean, it seems like it. Because when did that come out? That was like, what, early 2000s? Like, it had to have been, right?
Oh my gosh, really?
I feel like it has been.
Man.
Yeah, something like that.
I was an N64 guy.
There you go. I used to always go to my friends' houses who had that to play like Super Smash Brothers and all that stuff. They were the cool. Yeah.
Yes. Mario games growing in there. I think we still. I have to see. I think we still have it N64, but PS1, PS2.
Those are expensive now. You try and find that and online, it's probably like $200-$300. You could probably almost buy a PS5 with it.
That shows you about the quality.
No kidding, right? Well, all you need to fix it is you just got to blow on the cartridge. That's all.
Oh,
That's
there you
all it
go.
took. You didn't have to worry about anything else.
That's where you get your air
Simplicity.
from. Oh man,
Yeah.
that's if you didn't blow in the cartridge, then that's like the staple of
you haven't
gaming.
lived. Absolutely. Did you really have a childhood if that was the case?
So Wes, if you weren't a baseball player or athlete, what profession would you be in?
What profession? Ooh. Doesn't have to be sports related or just in general.
Just not like, it's a cop out if you say, oh, I would have been a basketball player. No.
Yeah, I gotcha. So I went to school for physical therapy. I still think, unfortunately, throughout my career, I've been hurt before enough times to know that. I feel like I know a lot about anatomy in the human body where I can like tell people, hey, maybe you should work on this. Maybe you should try rolling out this. Or so guys will like kind of come up to me if they don't want to go in the training room sometimes and be like, hey, what do I do for if this is tight today? And like, I'll try and give my 2 cents, which is kind of funny.
So you're the go-to.
So not quite doc, but maybe I can help guys out with sports injuries. That way I could still be around sports because I'm a huge sport fanatic too. But if not that, I'd probably just have to say that. That's the career path.
Physical therapy counts.
I think broadcasting would be fun. I think that would be a lot of fun to do post-career is, get to analyze games and stuff and still stick around. The main point for me is I like to be around sports. So whatever I can do to make that happen, I'm good with.
So what did you do between the months of April and June?
Back here?
Just in general, nothing going on as far as the sports world.
Okay. Well, I did a lot so I came back here. We basically were told mid-March, hey, it's only going to be 2 weeks. We're going to be back down in Arizona. Leave all your stuff. Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. I'm like, okay, perfect. I come back here, start throwing bullpens, ready to go. Nothing for months and months and months of, hey, we're thinking about starting maybe a little later, maybe next month. So by the time I had kind of just gotten fed up of hoping that it would be the next week that we started throwing down here, everybody had masks on. We would start throwing in games. We had like our own little, weather started to get nicer. We started getting outside, live at bats, live VPs here. So I basically threw about 60 some odd innings of baseball on my own. So I kind of had my own little makeshift season, and we got some high school kids, we got some collegiate hitters, we even got some major league hitters from the area to show up and take a few hacks and try and stay sharp, because that's what we all were doing. We just had no idea if we even would play a season, so we wanted to stay as sharp as we could. And I think for the most part, that's what helped me out too, in terms of maybe I only got 20 some odd innings in the major leagues, but I've thrown probably over 100 innings this past season, this past year, just not in a professional setting necessarily. So I think
on paper it says 22, but it's not really 22 because
not even close. Yeah, my arm went through a full season this past year, so I'm ready to continue going forward.
I think that's perfect, in any way, in shape or form that you can get to that goal, even though it's not on paper and you're not facing big league hitters. You're facing one on occasion, but you're not facing big league hitters. The fact that you're able to at least get that work in for 1 year, it's fantastic. And you think that, like you said, it helped attribute to the success that you had and the length that you had throughout the season. You're able to go 4 or 5 innings.
Yeah, and it was cool because like I had guys, from my local high school and stuff like that who wanted to show up, and we tried not to make it too big of a crowd because obviously we don't want to have any
MLB is going to have a red flag.
Yeah, no kidding, right? But also it was, by word of mouth, hey, do you want to go take a few swings today? Sure. And I get like 2 or 3 guys to show up, and the high school kids would like cheer and clap and high five each other when they'd have a foul tip off me or something. And like, if they, God forbid, made contact with it, everyone was like, oh my gosh, you're amazing. Like, this is awesome. So it was fun to be able to see and see how far I've come kind of as a player and as an athlete, from that level. It's pretty cool to see.
That is awesome. That's amazing. And last thing is, so I got a question for you, and question number 7. So I need a Rangers wingman. Let's just say you're going out to the club. This is post-COVID. Going out to a club. I come up to you and say, "Hey, Wes, I need a wingman." And one of your teammates, who would you recommend?
I was gonna say it's not me because I'm I'm kind of spoken for right now. So I appreciate you tiptoeing around that. Let me see. I think okay, so I would go with Ronald Guzman. I mean, so he's taken, I think, as well. I'm not sure. I don't want to speak for him, but at the same time, if you need that kind of the cool guy flair to it, like, hey, this is my friend, and like he'll start speaking super fast. This is my friend. I'm Ronald Guzman. What's up? And then like he'll before you know it, he'll probably have drinks in his hand, and then like I think he would be your go-to guy as a wingman already. Not only that, because I think people recognize him too. They'd probably be like, oh my gosh, it's Ronald Guzman already. But
Does
I
he
would pick
still?
him for sure.
Is he sporting out the frosted tips again this year?
Oh, I haven't asked him. I think that'd be kind of funny. He's got the curls going though.
He's always got the curls pretty much going.
Yeah. So I think he should do something like that. I think it should like we got to dye it some color or something this year. But I think the frosted tips was definitely interesting. He almost had like a Derrick Henry thing going on.
Oh yeah, maybe, yes, Derrick Henry, pull that one going, especially with the batting helmet on. That would be amazing.
That'd be awesome.